Hey, hope you're doing well. I want to share a story with you today that has really big improvement implications. Recently, I put somebody really in an awkward position. I didn't really realize it until afterwards. Let me set this up by showing you a piece of feedback that they gave me. So, John here is a coach that I took with me to Costa Rica. We had never worked together before, and every year I take 6 students to Costa Rica for a whole week. I take 2 coaches with me to help assist, and John did an incredible job. It was amazing working with him. And I want to share with you a story here about his forehand. So I would just want to start with this. For many years, my forehand has troubled me. It never felt normal or natural. It gives me so much anxiety to hit it. Do you have a shot like that? I do. Do you have a swing where here, he says, when I teach and I have to demonstrate a forehand, I find my mind racing with nervousness, then a deep sense of imposter syndrome. In 2016, I had to have major elbow surgery, and that fixed the pain in my arm, but swinging just never been right. So imagine being a coach. John teaches full time, and to have this to begin with, a physical limitation that then turned into some anxiety about a particular shot. And then without understanding all of this context, on, I believe this is our first day. Yeah, I think, yeah, our first day in Costa Rica, I put him in this position where we went out to the court. Hey, everybody, watch Coach John. And this is John right here. And I said, Coach John's going to hit some forehands with Coach Colin. All the students are standing back
See them
behind me,
shift the
where
next
I
shot
have
back.
the
If they
iPad.
miss to the left of the
Just
alley,
turn
you'll see
turn
them
this,
again shift their target a
this
little
audio
bit.
down for you. Sorry about that. So all the students are
And the
standing by
results
me,
are mirroring
and I'm
what
having
you tell them.
John hit some forehands, and I didn't understand all this context. I was recording his forehand to use it as an example. John is, smart guy, so I'm sure he figured this out, that that's what was happening. And so I can only imagine what he was going through in this moment as I'm having him demonstrate with his least confident shot for instructional purposes. And this is our first time working together, so I'm sure like he wants to do a really good job. And so I didn't understand that I was putting him in this position. But check this out. I want you to look at the rest of his comment to me. After Costa Rica, I found myself referring back to your teaching about the racket face and the path. I brought a lot of what you said into my lessons, started paying attention to my own swing. Obviously, it hasn't been very long. Yeah, we were in Costa Rica together 3 weeks ago. But I'm striking the ball so much better with confidence and with confidence and consistency. I frankly cannot remember. So amazing. So obviously, I'm super happy for John. But here's and I'm not, and hopefully this doesn't come off as me just trying to pat myself on the back as John is thanking me. I want to tell you what John has been focused on. There's a phrase because it's huge implications for you, for me, for John, for our students, for every tennis player, I believe. Especially, I believe in a world where we are just inundated and saturated with so much feedback and noise and information just 24/7. If you sign on to YouTube and you look for instruction about tennis, you'll find millions and millions of different opinions, and they all might be totally different as you watch video to video. And so it's easy to get bogged down in a merry-go-round of thoughts and concepts and tips and tricks and perspectives and approaches, so on and so forth. So what has John been focused on? Here, I wasn't really ready for this. Let me start a new doc here. Here's the simple thing, and if you've been following me recently, then you know what this is. The face sends it, the path bends it. AKA, I'll make this bigger for you. AKA, wherever the strings are facing at the point of contact, that's the trajectory or the direction the ball is going to start off on. And whatever path your racket is traveling on during that split second of time when the ball touches the strings, that's what gives the ball spin. Pulling those things apart and understanding the cause and effect nature of the angle of the face and the path of the racket leads to being able to control and place the ball wherever you want it to go on any shot, volleys, forehands, backhand serves, overheads, whatever. So John has been able to get this outcome of feeling like he's hitting his most consistent, most, what was the other word that he used? Confidence, most consistency, just by focusing on this. And here's the kind of the principle I want you to come away with today. My biggest takeaway from this story is the essentials are undefeated. Like the essentials are almost always the most important part. What are the essentials? The fundamentals, the things that are at the bottom of the pyramid, the things that are at the foundation of everything we know about a complicated, deep, and wide skill like tennis. There's literally unlimited things we can focus on. There are literally unlimited things that can occupy our mind, that we can be trying to do, that we can try to micromanage and control. And sometimes the best thing to do is forget all the nuance, to forget all the minutia, and just remind yourself of the essentials. And just focusing on that and just relaxing and let everything else take its course frequently is the fastest and easiest way to just get to your best tennis. Now, here's the thing, John teaches full time. He's a super smart guy. He knows a tremendous amount about tennis. And it's not surprising to me that his focusing on this just fundamental concept helped him just relax and just get better results. And it's the same for all of us. And sometimes that's the hardest thing, is to let go of all our analysis and all of our thinking and all of our processing. Just remind ourselves of the core essentials and then just relax and just do those things and trust them and just let them happen. That's the message I wanted to send to you today. Hopefully it's helpful to remind yourself of that. If at any point you feel like you're going through just a negative, like downward spiral of analysis and tension and lack of confidence and anxiety and more tension and more anxiety and like that kind of downward spiral, you got to come up for air, remind yourself of the basics, go back to focusing on those fundamentals, and I promise you, you'll get better results. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.